I love a lot of stuff, but one thing I really love is curly hair. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're gonna talk about the 8 ways you can get your best curls. Hydration. Curly, wavy, kinky, coily, from wavy all the way to coily hair, it really needs hydration. Honestly, straight hair needs hydration too, but the more hydrated and properly hydrated your curls are, the better your curls are gonna be. Hydration is super duper duper key because sometimes the frizz and the flyaways and like the lack of consistency in curl can be from heat damage. It can also be from lack of hydration. And that can look like using products that don't have enough gorgeous ingredients in it to penetrate that hair cuticle and get there on the inside and kind of plumpen up the hair from the inside out with moisture. Also, silicone heavy products can kind of like live on the outside of the curl shaft. It can cause the moisture ingredients to not be able to penetrate that buildup that the silicone creates. So looking for silicone-free ingredients and formulas is really important. And also I would just say generally, like I was saying earlier, like learning that frizz is not your enemy. Like right now, if I look really close, like I'm sure I can see like a little bit of frizz, but like that's okay. Like frizz is not your enemy, but if you really hate it, you can take some air dry cream or some like edge control of your choice and just like apply it to the frizz gently to kind of like calm it down. But also just like not even your enemy. Like frizz is not your enemy. It's part of what makes your hair amazing. Understanding how to achieve great day 2 and day 3 and day 4 waves is super important. So if you've learned how to do your hair curly on day 1 and that's fabulous, yay. But we don't have to necessarily want to be like washing and conditioning the hair like every single day. So learning how to refresh your curls, waves, kinks, coils on day 2 and onward is really important. I do love our complete conditioning mist. Not only is this a great detangler on your hair out of the shower if your hair is prone to tangle, super long, any length, any texture, this is gonna really be light and detangle and help to like moisturize the hair in a non-heavy way. But for day 2, day 3, day 4, this is an incredible reviving mist for wavy, kinky, coily, curly hair. It's so good. So on day 2, day 3, day 4, just respray through your hair, re-scrunch, reset. You can either re-diffuse or let it air dry. Oh my God, it's so nice. Ooh. Here's another really important tip for getting your best curly hair is learning how to sleep with your hair appropriately. If your hair is curly and you go to sleep with your hair just down, like if I went to sleep with my hair like this, I would wake up looking like I got electrocuted because your body is like 98.6 degrees, like Nick Lachey and his gorgeous brother or whatever. It's the hardest thing I'll ever have to do. So it's gonna make your hair really frizzy and humid and just like rubbed because you know if you're up against a pillow and then see how all this hair, it gets like stuck on like the sheets in your shirt and it just like rubs around and there's friction. So it's actually like even hotter than 98 degrees. It's more like 100. It just can be really hot and warm like around your neck. And because of the way that our hair grows, with your ends being so much older, if it gets stuck between your body heat and the sheets and it just gets rubbed around, that's like 4 to 8 hours of like 198, 99, 100 degree temperatures on your hair. That's a lot of heat on the hair and it causes a lot of frizz and it also can make your ends get really brittle and weak and break. This is also true for straight haired people, but especially true for curly haired people. Learning how to sleep with your hair to isolate it from your body heat. So that can look like doing a really loose top knot when you go to sleep with a silk scrunchie. So you just loosely pile your hair on top of your head, secure it with a scrunchie and a little top bun, or you can do a bonnet, like a silk bonnet, and put that over your hair to prevent it from rubbing all over your body heat. But even with a bonnet, I like to secure the hair in a top bun or a flat wrap and then put the bonnet on top of that versus just putting like a bonnet over your hair down because it still can get kind of like rubby, even though it's better than nothing. Properly incorporating masks into your routine is a major tip. Any type of like wavy, curly, kinky, coily hair, especially around changes of season, can kind of cause more frizz or cause the hair to kind of like not know what's really going on. And even if you're in a climate that like doesn't change as much, if you're more in like a tropical climate or just a climate that's consistently more hot, then your curls, waves, kinks, coils need more hydration just because it's like hot outside. So a really gorgeous repairing, moisturizing mask is really important to have in your routine. One thing that brings out the best in your curly hair is learning how to accurately layer products. I remember when I first started doing Queer Eye, the reason that I would style my hair straight and heat styled so much is because I knew how to recreate it consistently. I didn't really understand how to create the same consistent curly hair look before. And that's because in hindsight, I wasn't using enough product on my hair when I was diffusing it. Really, when you're styling your hair curly, you gotta use multiple layers. So for me, on wet hair out of the shower, I'll go in with complete conditioning mist for detangling first. Then I'll wide tooth comb. Then I'll layer instant recovery serum on top of that. Then I'll layer air dry cream on top of that. You wanna hear a squelch. Like when your hair is wet, you literally wanna hear it like squelch. It sounds like and that is the hair having enough product in it that when you put the heat of the diffuser and that blow dryer to it, it's not gonna get frizzy. If you don't hear that squelch, it's gonna get frizzy, which that's okay because frizz is a part of what makes curly hair gorgeous, so it's cool to embrace that. But if you don't put enough product on it first, it's gonna be like super duper frizzy and you'll probably have to go back with a curling iron to touch it up. So I think that the layering and the enough saturation of product into the hair to prevent frizz is really important. Yes, layering. One major tip would be like using like a sulfate-free shampoo. Curls do not like sulfates, especially ammonium lauryl sulfates. There is a lot of different types of sulfates. Some are better than others, but sulfate-free is always the best way to go. Javian hair is also sulfate-free. And these curls are just really giving it to me today. Learning how to set your curls is also really important. So we talked earlier about how learning how to distribute product with layering and using enough product is really important, but learning different sets is also really important. So there's a lot of different finger curls that you can do where like you can take the hair when it's wet and like wrap it around one finger and then you can kind of like squeeze the product in and then like set it down and then you like diffuse those curls, which we've shown before. Or you can like twist the hair around your fingers. We've shown that curl before. There's also a million really cool sets that you can do with like handkerchiefs, for instance. And we should do a handkerchief set someday, oh my God. But you basically take a handkerchief, you cut it into strips, and then you can take the strip, you take chunks of your hair and you just like wrap, like if my fingers are the strip, you can just like wrap your ends around it and then you just like tie that up and then you tie it at the top of your head. So there's that, there's like sponge rollers. There's also like tons of heatless waves that are huge on TikTok with those little crowns. You put like an instant recovery serum and like an air dry cream in your hair wet. Then you can do like any sort of like heatless wave style, like on those little halo things or sponge curlers or like a little rag set like what I was just saying. So we love learning how to do heatless waves that emphasize your natural texture. You'll see a lot of folks with like textured hair folks doing like rod sets, which is also really cool. Or even like sleeping in braids is a way of like setting your hair. Really what a set is learning to like use, it's typically done on wet hair, but you can also set dry hair. It's just like setting your hair on a shape. So whether that's like on a curling iron or a flat iron or like a pin curl or a finger wave or like whatever the set is, you're like setting a style into your hair. So learning how to enhance your natural texture with setting it in different ways is also really integral to getting the most out of your curly hair. Don't be afraid of your natural texture. Whether you're someone who has like textures in the 3s or the 4s and someone's taught you that you have to like relax your hair or you have to be like afraid of your natural texture, that your natural texture isn't pretty, that is not true. All textures of hair are beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're capable of doing so many things, and your hair is beautiful. So I think that's the other thing I would just say, your hair is gorgeous. And that's how to get the most out of your gorgeous curly hair is to like tell it that it's gorgeous. Don't talk shit to your hair. Don't be like, my hair sucks. It's just, no. Your hair is doing so much gorgeous stuff for you. It is so cool. It is such like a miracle that we're here and that we get to even play with our hair in the first place. So let's celebrate that and celebrate you. Thank you so much for coming to my curly hair TED Talk. I love you so much. Curly, kinky, coily hair people, family, siblings, brothers, sisters, everybody. Curly waves, kinks, coils forever. I love you all. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for your support.